Hi. So this is ostensibly for Lucy, my daughter who's a vet, who's got a bit of back and hip issues at the moment because of all the awkward positions she's been stuck in, looking after everybody's animals. So we're going to use bricks at some point, so have them handy, and you might want a cushion for your knee at some point. Okay, so we're going to do this a little bit flowy, a little bit faster than our workshop. So we're going to start in the upper body and the shoulders. So we're just going to start warming up, just gently opening up the armpits, taking the shoulders back a little bit further if you can, squeezing that spot between the shoulder blades. And then stay at the top, bring the hands together, take the elbows back out of your peripheral vision, and then forward a little bit. Squeeze that spot between your shoulder blade. Keep the palms together, moving the elbows back, squeezing that spot between your shoulder blades. Take the elbows back again out of your peripheral vision. Make sure your tummy's pulled in and your bottom's tucked. And then take your hands and just fold at the elbows and take them down behind your head. Watch you're not kicking your head forward, so try and keep your crown coming straight up towards the ceiling. We're only folding at the elbows and opening up the upper arms here. And then release, take the arms out to the side, make a big Y, stretch out through the fingers, reach out through the palms, and then draw the upper arms in towards your body. So we're making a Y and a W here. Keep the tummy engaged, keep the heart moving up. You're squeezing that spot between the shoulder blades. Keep breathing. A few of those. Then keep the arms out, reach out. Then we're just going to think of moving the shoulders. Allow the hips to come with you if they need to, but we're really just trying to take ourselves round and opening up that space now between the shoulder blades. And back the other way. One more each side. Twisting through the spine, lower spine, up through, take your head with it if you want a little bit of a bigger twist. Bring your hands back to the front. Take the arms in front of us now. And we're just going to swing down and open up the spine a little bit, warming up the spine here, bending the knees, making it quite soft, big semicircles with the fingers, not really a back bend, we're going up the way with the fingers here, reaching up through the spine, opening up the back of the hips, warming up your quads and your hamstrings, which get very tight. Come back up to the top. We're going to take our legs out now. We're going to reach out, then we're going to bend over. So we're thinking armpit to hip here, back up. Left armpit squeezing down towards your left hip. Both feet planted firmly on the ground. Drawing the tummy in, moving the ribs out of the pelvis. Reaching up through the crown. One more to the left. Keep the shoulders back and elbows as far back as you feel comfortable. Hands come down. Take the hands to heart center now. Reach up with the fingers as you do so. Push into the feet, feel the rebound, lift out of your pelvis. When you're at the top, draw the elbows back again. Move that spot between your shoulder blades together and lift your heart up. So we're putting in a bit of a back bend now. And release. Same thing again, draw back with the elbows, squeeze the spot together, lift out to the pelvis, roll the front body up. One more. Squeeze the elbows back, lift out of the pelvis, raise up and roll the upper body, opening up the vertebrae, and then release. And take a little bit of a roll through your shoulders here. Okay, so we've done the upper body, we're going to come down to the floor now. Here's where you might want a cushion on your knee if you've got any knee issues. Just come into tabletop first of all, take a few cat-cow rolls now. So we're starting in neutral, tuck the chin, and then we're going to roll up through the vertebrae, lifting the heart out the back of the body, pushing through hands and knees. Starting at the tailbone, we're rolling back through, drawing the heart between the arms, lifting up the heart and forward, and then back into cat. Move the heart in the other direction, opening up that space between your shoulder blades. Now we're taking that space and we're squeezing that spot between your shoulder blades. One more, lift up. Draw the tummy in, make it as big a curly C as you can. Keep the tummy engaged as you move forward. Try not to drop and dome the tummy. And then this time we're going to come into neutral. We're going to rock back, and I'm going to bring my left foot forward just so you can see. So the left foot comes forward. You can stay up on your knee here if you want. We can do some opening here. So we're thinking of moving and opening that right hip flexor in my case. So we're just drawing the arms up above our head, reaching out through the fingertips, find length. Draw the arms back down. This time reach up, squeeze that spot together, lift the heart up, move out of your pelvis by pushing into both feet, and then release. Bring the hands to the floor, bring your bricks in now, just if you need arm extension, this is quite good. So bring your bricks in beside your front foot. Take the back knee back as far as you can, comfortably, so that you really open up that hip flexor. Watch the front knee is still over the ankle and never in front of the ankle. Okay, so bring in your bricks, extend, use them as your arm extensions here. Reach out through your crown now, lift your tummy up off your thigh. Watch the front knees not wandering, draw it back in. Sink the bottom by drawing the tummy in. Lifting the heart forward again, squeeze that little spot between your shoulder blades. Long line from through your crown right down to your knee at the back. And then release. Now tuck your chin, roll up into your cat back again, pressing into your hands. Look down towards your back knee. Check out where your leg is, make sure it's not wandered off the line. Watch that front knee is not doing its own thing, draw it in. Lift up through the abdomen, lift up through the heart, out the back of the body. And then move forward again, back into our long line, and then push into both feet. Take the arms up again above the head, reach out through the fingers, draw that shoulder blades together again, lift up the heart, move out of your pelvis by pressing into both feet, lift, lift, lift. Feel that opening then in the front of the hip flexor, and then try and soften at your hips and lower. So you really feel an opening then through your right hip flexor. And then release. So you would do that on the other side now. I'm not going to do both sides. So from there we're going to move the bricks out the way. We're going to take the knee back. And we're just going to sink back for a moment into child's pose. Reaching out with the fingers, keeping the arms extended, elbows off the floor, opening out through the armpits. We're compressing the hip flexors here, so by doing that we're going to dam it, and then when they open, lots of nice fresh oxygenated blood rushes through. We're opening up the back of the body here, so you're breathing into the back of the body, opening up the back of the ribs, that space between the shoulder blades. The head can be on the floor here always, or you can put it on a brick if that's too strong for your neck. And then we're going to move back up. We're going to come into lizard now. So we're going to take our left hand over to the centre, we're going to rock back, and we're going to bring the left foot up to the side of the left hand. So it's on the outside now. Take that knee at first and just push it in towards your shoulder. So lever the shoulder and the front knee against each other. If this is a little bit low for you, you can again bring your bricks in under your hands. And we're trying to think of that length again here. So we're opening up through the crown, opening up the back hip flexor, pressing into the back foot and along the back shin. That takes a bit of the weight off your knee if you've got issues there. We're trying to roll onto the bottom of the thigh bone really. And then if you want to, you can roll out onto the outside edge of that front foot, opening up the inner thigh. Different experience then through your hip joint. Raise up through the crown, long body, lift the tummy, extend. And then take the curly C thing again. So look down, tuck the chin, roll through the cervical and then thoracic spine. Look back, check what the back leg's doing. It might have wandered, so if it has, draw it back in. Make sure you're going straight back, hip to knee to foot. If you want a little bit stronger here, walk the bricks forward and then come down onto your forearms. So that's a different experience again on the hip opening. Watch you don't roll over to the left side, so roll back so you're definitely looking down through to your back knee, going straight behind you. And you can hang in there or hang out there for as long as you want to. We're going to come out of it now. In my case, we're going to come back up. We're going to roll that foot back to the floor. Keep the bricks nearby, just move them slightly out the way. Take that front knee back by pressing into the front foot, pressing into the hands and taking it back to tabletop. Again, you can go into a child's pose here if you need to in the middle. So you can either go into child's pose sitting back on your heels, or you can come into wide leg child's pose with your toes together and sit back on the heels. That's a little bit of a different experience again for your hips. Think here, when you're here, about restoring that area by releasing any tension that we built up on the back of the body or around the hips. So we would breathe in and use the exhale to try and soften across the lower back, particularly here and around the hips. Okay, so then we're going to come up and we're going to come into pigeon on the floor first of all. So we rock back, we're going to take the knee forward, and I'm taking my left knee here, and it's going outside of the mat to roughly where my foot was before in lizard. So we don't then try and yank the foot forward, we're just going to either roll onto that hip and sit down on it. That's one way of doing pigeon. You can pop a brick if you want to under your thigh there, if you want some support there, if there's a big gap. What we all need to do again is look down at the leg, take it back as far as we can, that leg behind us, going straight back from the hip to the knee, no vision of foot. The further back you go, the more you'll roll out onto this hip and feel that experience. Watch your knee in this position, find a foot position that feels comfortable so that no pressure is going through your knee. We want the pressure to have moved back into the hip here. You can either sit up and hold. To start, that might be a good way to do it, and try and sit down then onto the back of this left hip in my case. And you can hold there. Otherwise you can walk forward, you can bring your bricks in again and take your elbows down to your bricks as we did in lizard. Hold, breathe, hang out here as long as you can. Pigeon's one that the longer you experience it, the deeper it goes and the more benefit you'll get from it. So you can hang out on your bricks, you can take your head and tuck your chin and let it roll out. Or you can move your bricks completely if you want to come down really low. But take it easy, move it step by step if you don't find either of those positions easy. Never push yourself past your edge. Wait for the edge to appear to you, then it will soften, and then you can move forward and find the next edge. So again here you can bring your brick in, stick it under your head just for comfort's sake, and hang out. And just make sure your body weight will have moved over your hip now, but make sure you're not feeling pressure through that front knee. If you are, walk the back leg further back and take the weight out of the front knee. And hang out for as long as you want to. Okay, so as I say, you'll be doing this on both sides. So to come out of this, press into your hands, lift up off that front leg and move it back. Now we're going to come back down onto our bottoms. I'm going to move to my other side just for a change here. I'm going to take my left leg out, flex that foot, activate the leg, bring the right foot into your thigh. Now we're opening up the inner thigh here, so it's a different part of the hip that we've moved into slightly. So we're drawing up again, finding that crown, and then we're folding forward at this left, in my case, hip hinge, the long leg hip hinge. Move forward, walk the hands gently. Try and keep a long front body here to start with. moving the heart as if you're trying to reach forward to your front shin. And you'll feel a similar position to pigeon in a way. You're feeling it all around the back of your hip. And then when you're ready, you can soften, tuck the chin, still trying to roll the heart forward as well as down. So not quite such a big sheath. You're not moving towards your tummy, in other words. You're moving down towards your leg. Softening across the back of the shoulders. That spot between the shoulder blades opens. We release. We try and hang out. You can deactivate the foot if you find it more relaxing to do so here. And then just enjoy that feeling around your right hip. If there's any pain, you will know it. Please come out of it immediately if there's any pain in any position or pose. If it's just discomfort, you might want to draw back slightly. Wait for the muscles to open and release, and then allow your body to move forward again. Playing with your edge. And then I'm going to press into the hands, gently roll up from the tailbone, from the sit bone, stacking up again to the top. Again, swap legs, do the same thing. Then we're going to come back down onto the floor. We're going to take pigeon in a different way now. So we're going to take I'll take my left leg and I'm going to lift it up, cross it over, make our figure 4. So here we flex the left foot so that we're not torquing at the knee. And then we're going to gently use our hand just to gently press open that left thigh. So here you can put your hands between your legs and lift up into eye of the needle, but it's quite strong in the shoulders that. So you can use a brick to sit your foot on to take it up a little bit, or you can use the wall and press your right foot onto the wall, but make sure you then open up that inner thigh of the left leg again. So you can hang out there. That's a different version of opening your hip like pigeon. So from here I'm going to put a little twist in now. So I'm going to take this figure 4 shape. I'm going to let the left shoulder come with you if it wants to. I'm going to roll over the right hip and move that left foot down to the floor. Let everything come with it as much as your body needs to. So you might find your left shoulders come quite a way off the floor there. Then you're just going to gently roll back towards that shoulder. You might want to roll your head over to look towards your left shoulder. Nice big twist again through the hip. Moving up across the abdomen. Opening up the upper chest on the left side as well. Again, just hang out, relax in this. The longer you stay in these positions, the more your body knows that's where you want to be, and you can relax and release into it. And then the benefits will go deeper. So then when we come out of this, we're going to roll our head up first to centre, press into the foot, come back up to centre, release the foot, stretch the legs away, reach out through the fingertips, and you can either stop there if you want to take it a little bit further. I'm going to sit up now, so take your feet to the floor, roll over if it's more comfortable, come up to seated into our staff pose Dandasana. Here we can use a strap if you want to. Just going to open up the back of the hips here evenly. So I'm going to take the strap and pop it round the balls of the feet. Hold it in both hands. Reach up through the crown, reach down through the sit bones. Draw the tummy in, draw the elbows back and use that spot between your shoulder blades. Squeeze it, lift up, nice long front and back body. Think of the hinges here again, our hip flexors. We're going to compress them now, so we're going to move forward gently. Long front body, tuck that chin so the nose doesn't go ahead of itself. Move the heart over the knees, you're heading for those shins again. Stop when you feel you've gone far enough. And hold there. Flex those feet towards you, opening up the whole of the back of the legs, right round the back of the butt, and then to your lower back. Squeeze the elbows, squeeze that spot between your shoulder blade, draw the tummy in. See if you can walk your hands slightly further down the strap. Just feel a big opening then in the lower back. If it's too much, take your body back up. And then let go of the strap. Let go of the feet, let them open. Tuck the chin, put the hands on the floor just to support you. Tuck the chin, roll forward again and round. So the heart's still moving forward. We're lifting the tummy up, but we're softening and opening up to the back of the body here. Rolling through. Imagine that space between your shoulder blades opening wider as you come down towards your legs. Stay there. If you want to, you can bring a brick in or two if you need it. Put it in whichever position you need to. Let your head rest on it. And just let the back body open for a little bit. Quite strong on the back, this one. And then to release, engage at your sit bones, engage at the bottom of your lower back, squeeze your tummy in towards you to support your lower back and roll back up vertebrae by vertebrae until we come to the top. Release the shoulders again, have a roll around. So that's just a few exercises. Remember to do both sides, and I would alternate, do each exercise or each pose. Right leg, then left leg. Okay, so hopefully you feel a little bit looser after that. Namaste.